Hey guys, we're here with another live stream with Joe and Cody. I'm Joe, and that is Cody. What's up, my man?
Heyo, how you
If
doing?
you haven't noticed, my new studio here, which I could probably do
Yeah,
this every week, but
right.
I'm currently in Arizona, and currently at my sister's house in
I thought it
Arizona,
was a green screen.
struggling through the weather. Yeah, I'll show
Yeah,
you. I'll show
man, I feel
everyone a
so
little clip.
bad.
How do I do this? I don't do this on my phone too often. I can't switch
Um,
it around right now. I
I
don't
don't
know how
know.
to
I
do
don't
it.
know if there's a way
Anyways,
to like flip the screen.
yeah. Anyways, how are you?
How's the Arizona housing market?
Oh, that's a good question that I should probably know. I think it actually like I don't. I'm gonna get a ton of people that'll be like, you don't know the Arizona market. I think it's slowed pretty significantly. I think there's a lot of inventory in Arizona because it's a very touristy and very
Okay.
reactive to, at least certain parts of Arizona, reactive to the market and the housing. Just the economy and things like that. And people get rid of homes here, and when their
hmm
Airbnbs aren't working or things like that. So I don't know, but I'm just totally guessing. Like, I'm on vacation. You can't ask me these questions.
Yeah, I know, right? I can imagine that it would probably be a second home destination,
Yeah, yeah,
investment property,
for sure, for
Airbnb.
sure.
Like that
How's
makes
the
sense.
how's the rates going today?
Uh, Worse
Really?
overall. They're just continuing to the market's just I think there's just enough information or lack of information, one of the two,
Yeah,
that just keeps pushing them up. Um,
yeah.
I think the war that's going on, all the uncertainty. Normally, that seems to be, that would bring rates down,
I
but
know.
in this environment that we're in right now, it doesn't seem to be the case. So, I'm not really
And the
sure. It
and the
seems like
feds
there's
did. What did
there's
the
just
feds do? Didn't they just do?
I don't. I think
They kept the rates the same, right? Or kept their
I think they
stuff the
just
same?
kept them the same. I actually I should have looked, but I didn't look. I didn't get any notifications or hear anything, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming that they just kept it the same.
I
Um,
guess it just depends on
but I
when,
know
how
there's a
long it's
concern.
gonna be. How long this is gonna last.
Yeah, right. Well, and then you start to get inflation turning into another concern
For sure.
because of what's been going on. And dude, I was driving by so the gas station that's not close to my house, but it's close to the freeway from the exit of my house.
Yeah.
It's normally quite a bit higher. Like it hangs around like 489 or so. And
Hmm.
it was like five something this morning. It was like 560.
Wow. Wow.
Man, is
Almost a
that a
dollar more.
yeah. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
I haven't
crazy.
gotten gas in the last week or so, but I don't normally get it there. But just they're
Yeah,
usually, that gives me my indication of where gas is at because I see that every day going to work. So
for sure. Not the greatest timing for going into the spring market, having this
no,
stuff go on. I think everyone had such optimism, even a
yeah,
few weeks ago, that there was such optimism that things would be fine and everything's going to go great, and then it just like,
yeah,
bam. So I do think that
yeah,
the battle over there has consequences, and whether you like it
for
or not,
sure,
or you think it's right or not, it obviously has consequences. Seems like,
yeah,
unfortunately, in the short term, the consequences for our world is
hmm
the rates are going up, which will cause buyers concern and
yeah,
sellers concern until things slow down. So
yes,
hopefully we can rectify that soon for many
I
reasons.
know.
But
And the worst part too is the rates are where we were at just a couple months ago. So it's not like
yeah,
it's they've gone up higher than what we've been used to, or there's this. It's just the fact that we came off of this like nice little
yeah,
drop and everything was looking
and the
promising
sentiment
to
was
then go
good.
back up. Yeah,
Everything just kind of was
everything was
seeming like it was on the right track to have a spring that was, popping, but it's, yeah,
yeah,
kind of put a damper in that.
yep,
Um, that's
yep.
what we're seeing, like, I guess, like on the real estate side locally, like that's what we're seeing too. Is like it's just it it we hit January 2026, everyone was like going, and we saw like a ton of
hmm
activity pick up, and you and I had talked about this in our previous stuff of like things were just moving, and then all of a sudden, I think obviously the war in Iran was like, it basically made things stop. And so,
Yeah,
yeah, we're seeing just a lot slower activity right now in the real estate
yep,
world locally. So
yeah.
is that what
I
you're
think
seeing in
just kind
lending
of
world?
yeah, just a little more pausing, a little more. I think that people in general have been a little more selective on what's out there because there's not the
Yeah,
same urgency of I got to hurry up and get an offer on this. So there's a
yeah,
little more time to kind of weigh things out, and I think that
for
that's
sure.
that's obviously a great thing, and that's what you want as a buyer. But
For
I
sure.
think sometimes, when there is all that time to think about it, the safe reaction is to be like, you know what, maybe we'll just wait. So I think that that's kind of where some people are sitting, is just like
Yeah.
I'm not really sure. Do we wait and see? I know, if your job's uncertain because of what's going on, or things are
Yeah, and
a little
especially because
squirrely,
it's
that.
so temporary. You don't know the temporariness
Yeah.
or the length of time that it's going to be. So it makes sense that people are kind of holding tight. The hope is, it selfishly in the real estate world is that things kind of go back to a normalcy and
Yeah.
we can kind of see rates go back down again before we get in the height of spring, which is typically when in Oregon people start listing and buying and things like that. So hopefully we
Hmm.
don't see a prolonged thing that kind of causes that long-term reaction. So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
yeah, I
I
think
like right where you're placed right now in front of that palm tree because it looks like you have a nice green lush head of hair.
which I have never had. Well, yeah, I think I had in college. I did. I think Rory saw pictures of me in college, and I had like long, luxurious red locks, and now it's just not in the cards. So I got to do this fake palm
No.
tree behind my head. No, it's
Right.
I'm at my sister's right now, a beautiful place, and yeah, just hanging out right now and hanging out with family, and yeah,
I love it.
just having a good time. So, but we
I love it.
committed to the live stream, and here
We
we are
did.
doing it. That's just what
And
we
you
do,
did
even
it.
on
And
vacation.
you know what? I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I was going to bug
We've
you a
tried
little bit
this.
ago, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to be that guy.
No, we've tried it before, and it's just like it never has worked out. But this actually like really worked out, so I'm glad it did. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's all I
Well,
got for
thanks
you,
for
man.
sharing. Thanks for sharing your adventure with us. Um,
Yeah,
I hope I hope the rest of the time goes great. Get some good time with family and come back with a nice sunburn
for sure. Thank you. And yes, I will. I'm going to try to so that I can go back to white again once I get back to the Oregon weather. But
once it all peels off.
but anyways, people, if you haven't done it already, Cody and I have a new venture podcast coming out. That would be tomorrow. We're gonna have our first part of our series of top 10 deal killers for real estate. So that one's part one's coming out tomorrow. So pay attention to that. Go over to Venture with Joe and Cody on Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Subscribe and like our stuff so we can keep doing this
Yes.
even on vacation.
Right. The
But
commitment is
anyways,
there.
yes, exactly. Look at this commitment.
Yes.
Anyways, man, well, it's good to talk to you, and we'll see you next week.
You too. All
Okay,
right, man.
see
Have
you, man.
fun.
Bye.
All right. Bye.